too, right? Like we have these trifolds, we call them, that are just triangles that click together, and then inset in those sort of rectangular faces are spinnable screens. So we can do 6 different scenes with just by turning the triangles around. And so we go from the forest to my castle, your castle, to a dungeon, to a witch's hut in the middle of nowhere, all by just essentially two stagehands walking out, turning the screen, and then turning something out, and moving a couple of pieces of furniture. And
all we did was turn the Oh, we're in an entirely different land. Oh man.
That's great.
Well, On Stage Performance Group, thank you very, very much for joining us on our very first show.
Thank you for having us.
Jennifer, Angel, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing something coming up soon from you guys.
I can't wait.
And who knows, maybe I'll join you again someday.
That would be awesome.
You never know.
Oh yeah, thanks Ian. Thanks
again,
for having
guys.
us. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Could you use some extra cash? Tune in to McLaren Arts Center TV Bingo on Rogers TV for your chance to win. We have $2,600 in prizes up for grabs every Tuesday night. 5 ways to play, 15 chances each night, but only 1 way to win. Tune in to McLaren Arts Center TV Bingo Tuesdays at 8 p.m. only on Rogers TV.
Are you low on food? Struggling to pay the bills? Overwhelmed by life's challenges? When you need support but don't know where to turn, just dial 211. 211 connects you to the programs or services near you.
211, how can I help you?
211, help starts here.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Good start.
That was great.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 3rd annual Collingwood Downtown Pride Parade. We are so excited to be here. I am Monica Schneer.
I am your hype guy, Tyler Boyle, and this time we're showing up as host for the 2nd year in a row.
Yes, and it's much different this year. It's a lot warmer.
Yes.
And last year it was raining. I had a bad hair day.
We both had a really bad hair day, but now we get to sweat through our hair, and I'm sure your hair will turn out much the same.
Yes, exactly. And really, the energy here is electric. We have people lined up the street. Everyone is so excited to be here, and so are we. Every year it just gets bigger and better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so great. This year what they've done is they've made everything really, really central. So it's a one-stop shop in the market square to be able to show up and see and do everything that you want to do here. here, and there is a long list. Throughout the day today, we're going to be touching base on all of those different things. We also want to say hi to everybody that's checking us out from many different locations because we've expanded our reach for people watching here at Rogers. Also, if you need to text somebody and let them know to watch as well, they can watch on YouTube streaming live.
Yeah, it really is wonderful. Last night I was on the Sappho cruise. We had incredible performers. I enjoyed it a little too much, but we had Gender Slay Quoi.
Yes.
We also had incredible drag performers, and really it was such a great way to start off the festival.
Yes, and I know at the end of that, I saw it on our social media.
Yeah.
By the way, check out our social media for
Yeah.
everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I saw on social media that nearing the end of the cruise, a rainbow showed up.
Yes, it was so incredible. Like, how apropos. We had a full rainbow, and everyone was so excited, and really it was just a great way to start off Collingwood Pride.
Yeah, and the thing is about this weekend is it's a whole weekend of fun. There's so much going on, and thank you to all of our local businesses and our local friends and family who have been supporting this event because, as Monica said, it just keeps getting bigger, badder, and better.
Yes. Speaking of locals, Lowdown, a favorite restaurant here, hosted a 90s electric circus last night, which was incredible. Everyone was dancing, and really the whole community is just really geared up for this event.
What is it about 90s music? I mean,
I know, and 80s. I'm a little older, I think. But 90s and 80s, I know, everyone gets up and dances.
Yeah.
But the younger generations think that it's their music somehow.
Right, that's right.
But
Well,
it's just reinvented on
thanks,
TikTok.
Thanks to TikTok, they all have a dance to go along with it
Yeah.
now. They're like, oh my gosh, you're doing the TikTok dance. It's like, no, this
Yeah.
goes way back farther than
Yeah,
that.
my son on Fortnite, he's like, this song is great.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I know it very well from the 80s.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We want to thank everybody for joining us once
Yes.
again. If you haven't made your way down, there's still time to make it downtown Collingwood
Yes.
to check out everything that's going on. Our parade has started here very, very shortly, but we have some important people to meet first.
We do. We have some very important people to meet. You want to come over, Michelle Kemper? She is the chair of the Rainbow Club. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy Pride.
Oh, happy Pride. Do we know each other?
Have we
You
met?
look so familiar.
I feel like we might be neighbors.
We're next door neighbors.
Hi.
Welcome, everyone.
Michelle, why don't you tell us a little bit about your role and also what this means to you?
Well, so I'm the chair of the Rainbow Club of South Georgian Bay. We're a nonprofit that is made up of all local volunteers, and we reach across the Southern Georgian Bay region. We are the host of Collingwood Pride. Yeah, and this is our 4th annual year doing this. It means so much to us to have the whole community here. It's really a very local event. You will see all kinds of our local businesses, our local sponsors doing things all up and down our main street. We have got so many supporters. The town supports us. We've got municipal officials that have been super helpful, and we have support from the province. TD Bank has always been helping us. Locations North, one of our realtors here, is a major sponsor, and we have so many sponsors that are all local businesses that make sure that we live in a town where love is love.
Yes.
Where love wins, and where you can be safe walking down the street, celebrating who you are and who you love.
And who you love. And why do you feel this type of event is so important?
Well, Pride is still really an important thing. It started as a riot back in the '69 in New York, and it was led by many of our trans brothers and sisters and drag performers who were being persecuted for being who they were. And since then, it has continued to build. And so there's always an educational aspect to what we do, and we're always trying to, make sure that we're talking to people about hearts and minds and changing people's ideas about who we are, and increasing understanding. And it's also really important because, there's so many places all over the world where there's still dehumanization and hate against our community. And literally because we're just trying to, again, be who we are, whatever that looks like, and love who we love, whoever that is. And so for me, it's things like we had a local youth in this community whose family rejected them, and shortly thereafter they committed suicide. And suicide rates amongst our queer youth is actually much higher than the general population, and so we need to continue to create spaces like this where you can walk down this main street and see people from every walk of life that are just here trying to live their lives safely, live fully in their skin, be safe and free, and we're just trying to create that environment in a place where you can celebrate being who you are.
Yeah, I
Amen.
love that. Amen. Yay, Collingwood.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And, let me tell you just one personal story. The first year we had a live parade, we were on the very last float, and as we got towards the end, we didn't know what to expect, how many people would be here, and there was people from every walk of life, every part of our community, and as we turned around towards the end of the parade and looked back, we didn't realize, but several thousand people had gathered, and they were all cheering and waving their flags, and everyone on the float just burst out into tears, like, oh, this is a place where we can be accepted as who we are, and it was an incredible feeling for us.
Yeah. That is incredible.
Yeah, it's so funny. I always tell people that somebody being themselves, somebody choosing to show up as them, be them, does not affect the rights or equality of somebody else. And so often that's the thing, is when some people see a pride parade, for instance, they get all up in their head and worried that it means that there's something being taken away from them. Yeah. But all that's happening here is a celebration of equity, diversity, inclusion, and resilience.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and we're just trying to celebrate this beautiful community and celebrate all the people that live here and love here, and wanting people to be able to be free and be themselves.
Yeah. And what's better than literally sunshine and rainbows?
Nothing.
Literally, this weekend has just been fantastic. So thank you so much.
Oh,
for
thank
this
you.
weekend.
Yes.
Michelle, could you tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to over the next 24 hours?
Well, as you were mentioning, the Sapphos at Sea cruise was just absolutely so much fun. But this evening at the festival grounds, we're going to kick things off starting at 6 o'clock. There's going to be a Vibology dance group that is just, they are unbelievable. And then we have a whole set of performances, both locals, and we've got Priyanka, who was a drag queen who was the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, and who is now on HBO's show We're Here, and who is an incredible performer. So they are our headliners. So we hope that you come down to our festival grounds, which is on Simcoe Street, in between St. Paul and St. Marie. Yes. And we really hope that you come and celebrate and have a good time.
Excellent.
Yes,
Excellent.
and as I was saying earlier, if you're just joining us now, there is an amazing opportunity to show up for a one-stop shop.
Yes.
A lot of the events and things going on are in the Market Square, and so you can show up there and you can see everything there is to do. There is so much exciting stuff going on at the main stage today. The fun doesn't stop literally from now, well, even before now, Friday, well before now, all the way until 11 o'clock tonight.
Yes, and also family friendly. There is a family zone.
The family zone is incredibly popular here on Ontario Street, where we had stilt walkers and we had hula hoop classes for the kids and tie-dye for the kids, and just a place for families to come and celebrate and have fun.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for everything you do, and I'll see you later, because we're neighbors. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Thank you, Michelle.
All right.
Well, if you're curious and been asking yourself, what does it take to put on Collingwood Pride? We've got a little snippet for you to check it out.
So
this is a little bit different today. This is actually before the parade, and we're going to tell you everything that it takes to put on Collingwood Pride. It takes an entire town. We have an abundance of volunteers that help us through all of our different areas of activation. We have amazing sponsors from all of our local businesses that just support this festival so that it continues to grow each year. We have a family-friendly zone that, you know, really introduces the kids at a young age to what Pride is. We have our main stage festival grounds that has a lot of A-list entertainment. We're really excited to have Queen Priyanka here this year. And then what is Pride without a giant parade? You're going to see shortly over 40 floats of local businesses, local organizations, all here to show their support for Pride. Collingwood truly shows up in the loudest way possible to show that we are loud and we are proud.
It is an amazing opportunity for our community to gather together and to really support the community that is our Rainbow Club, the people involved in the Pride Festival. We are a small town, but we're a very inclusive community, and it's sometimes surprising to people that move here from the big city and expect us to be a little more closed in, but you'll find that the community members, our business members, are so welcoming and just love to have the festival happen right in our downtown.
Without the support of the community, we would not be able to scale Pride each year. You know, from our first year where it was virtual to where we are now, we have businesses reaching out to us throughout the entire year now to get involved and show their support for this community. Pride is obviously our big staple. It's our biggest event of the year, but this town truly supports the queer community throughout the whole calendar. We have different educational elements throughout the year. We do lots of mixers. Collingwood truly is a proud town.
Right from the very start, there has been absolutely no negativity. It really has been embraced by our community, both our residents who have been here for many, many years, and the visitors, and of course our new residents. We're becoming a much more diverse community. As new people move here, they love to be here. They want to be here. They wanted their children to grow up here, and so they embrace that diversity that the Pride Festival and the Rainbow Club really bring to our community.
All right, now it's time to go back to Tyler and Monica so that you can enjoy the rest of the parade, the rest of the festival, and celebrate Pride with us in Collingwood.
Welcome everybody and welcome back. Now, as I said earlier, if you're just joining us, there's still time to get downtown. We just checked out down the street there and I don't see the floats yet. So if you're within the neighborhood, it's time to come down for, as I said before, some sunshine and rainbows.
Thank goodness we have sunshine, and last night on the cruise we had a real live rainbow. It really was perfect, and now the streets are filling up. But if you're in Collingwood, come on down. I can hear the sirens. They are starting.
Yeah.
So come on down, enjoy this Pride parade. My mom is 90. She's here with my son who's 11, so it's for everyone to enjoy.
Absolutely. You know what's funny is before we started, it turned into a family reunion. Somebody introduced themselves to me and said, "I think you're my second cousin."
Oh,
so
okay.
Surprise! It turned into a family reunion. It's like 23andMe here right now. It's
that's amazing.
Yeah, there's
really
if you don't like the sun, if the sun is a little bit too much for you because it's hot today as we're in our two-piece suits, we have a side of the street that is completely covered in shade. That one's for you. If you are a sun dog, come over to this side of the street and roast with us.
Roast with us. We have some incredible floats, incredible organizations in the parade. I'm so excited to introduce you to everyone, the Girl Guides, local businesses, and everyone is coming out to support the community, which I really love.
Yes, it really does take a village, not only from town support, but also for everybody who's joined us in the parade. It's also all the local businesses who have decorated the front of their stores.
Yes.
It is a beautiful thing to see a community come together, and it happens for things like parades and festivals. This is just another one to come and enjoy. This one's just a little bit more comfortable, or comfortable, colorful, maybe even comfortable for some, actually.
Exactly.
We just had that conversation.
And I really do love the children coming out, because teaching them at a young age about acceptance, inclusiveness. I really love that there was a family zone where children can learn to understand differences and be accepting.
Yeah, and if you haven't checked out our family zone, there's an amazing family zone that is packed full of stuff. It is so wonderful to check out with your little ones. Plus, if you're able to join us a little later, we've got drag shows coming up. We've got DJs coming up. We've got, if you were at the variety show, you've already been wowed by that. And some of those performers will be showing back up again to wow and razzle dazzle.
Yeah, razzle dazzle in this parade.
That's right, that too.
And on the main stage, right? Absolutely. We have Priyanka, who won Drag Race.
Yeah, Canada's Drag Race.
And I was actually a judge on that.
I did see you on there, actually.
It was one of my greatest joys to be on that show. But I see the parade coming.
We better get to the tent.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, see you in there.
See you in there.
Welcome everybody to the Collingwood Pride Parade. It has got started. We are crack-a-lackin'. You can see, oh hi, here we are. you can hear those sirens. There's certainly, that's the way to kick off the parade, is with a little bit of noise, let everybody know you're coming.
And take our ears out. So that's fine. That's fine. Here they come.
Yeah, the parade is finally here. You can see how deep the crowd is. We have got a ton of people out supporting us today. And to start us off, we have got the Collingwood Police via the motorcycles coming up here shortly. But we've got the Collingwood Police leading the way. The Collingwood Police Department is part of the OPP. It's dedicated to ensuring community safety and well-being. Their services include emergency response, crime prevention, and community outreach, all aimed at fostering a safe and inclusive environment for visitors and for residents. That is one way
something.
to...
Yeah, that is something.
That's your way to announce that you're coming. I need one of those when I walk into a room, let me tell you.
Wow.
Follow along the numbers across here. Girl guides in here. Cancel.
And with the Collingwood Police Department, we have the Collingwood Fire Department. They are here to serve the community by providing protection from fire, life-threatening emergencies, and dangerous conditions. and they might be bursting our eardrums, but that is okay. We really appreciate everything they do through education, prevention, rescue, suppression, and basic life support services. Thank you to the Collingwood Fire Department.
Mm-hmm. Followed up right by the town of Collingwood as well.
Yes, which is led by our mayor, and our councillors who are elected by the residents of the town. Functions include maintaining public infrastructure such as roads, parks, and utilities, managing land use planning and development, providing local services like garbage collection and water services, and promoting the overall well-being of the community.
Yeah, and there's my jam. They've got my jam playing. Welcome to the Collingwood General Marine Hospital. Collingwood General and Marine Hospital provides comprehensive medical services, including emergency care, surgery, and diagnostic imaging. With a dedicated healthcare team, the hospital focuses on high-quality, compassionate care and preventative health, aiming to enhance the well-being of all residents and visitors. I'm already dancing in my seat.
Yeah, that is a good jam. I love how everyone's dancing.
There's just certain songs you can't help but dance to, you know. I think that's one of them.
Cher is one of yours?
Yeah. Yeah. Generally, yes, actually. That song specifically.
Yesterday, the captain of our ship was the only male, and we got him out on the dance floor. I'm not sure who was driving the boat, but...
It's on autopilot.
Yeah.
There's the Collingwood.
Yes.
GM Hospital. Thank you for everybody who came out to support, everybody who had the day off, and everybody who is still there supporting our community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365.
And right behind the Collingwood General Hospital, we have Barbadian Canadian drag performer and runner-up of Season 3 Canada's Drag Race. At the young age, she began performing in professional theater and kept matriculating her talents at a national level with Barbados' leading dance troupe. Upon immigrating to Canada, she delved deep into the drag scene, and that is Jada Shada Hudson.
Yes, and that is followed by Blue Mountain Chrysler featuring Jada. The vehicle dealership located in Collingwood, Blue Mountain Chrysler has proudly been serving the Collingwood and Blue Mountains area since 1974.
Woo! And then, right behind her, we have the Dykes on Bikes with drag queens Christopher Cummings and Katina.
Katinka,
I'm so sorry. I need better glasses. A group of local motorcyclists featuring drag queen Katinka Couture and drag king Christopher Cummings.
Yes, indeed. Now, coming up here shortly, I'm not going to tell you who's coming, but they are a crowd favorite, and they will be performing a little bit later. They've already performed earlier in the day today, if I'm not mistaken. But a little bit later, we will see very famous Vibology, and they will be leading a super fun country-themed dance party that you're not going to want to miss. You will see that coming up here. They've got an entire country theme to what they're doing there.
That sounds amazing.
Vibology Dance Group is a local community of dancers. It's set to ignite the main stage of Pride Collingwood, creating an electrifying ambiance and vibrant energy.
Woo! Yes. We're just gonna wait for them a little bit, but I can feel them coming down the pipeline.
Oh yeah, they like to take their time. That is how you enter a room, let me tell you.
You need to make an entrance.
No, this is so fascinating. Vibology is dancing with the Rainbow Club as a country-inspired dance, and their fanography last year was a huge hit. They're back galloping down the road this year. The country theme, I don't know if you even know this, I did not know this. The country theme was inspired by Beyonce's Texas Hold'em, which, believe it or not, is, we believe or not, that is about our local dive bar moguls, it says here, because Nathan Ferraro, who was born and raised in Collingwood, is a co-writer and co-producer of this song, of Texas Hold'em, which went crazy viral on TikTok.
Yes. Who knew?
Who knew? I did not know that.
That's incredible.
So if you've ever been there, you've seen the Lexuses out in front, and the patrons really like to take it to the dance floor, and Vibology is here doing that for us right now, country style, with a little nod to local celeb Nathan Ferraro, who had his involvement in Beyonce's Texas Hold'em.
That's incredible. We have some local talent here, don't we?
Every day.
Yeah, all day long.
I can't believe they've never asked me to be a part of this. I mean, I could shake my tail feather like the best of them.
Well, like last night, it's just for the girls.
That's right, that's right.
But if you identify as a girl,
that's correct.
You may.
Yes.
Happy Pride!
Say that again. Yes, here we go. All right. Now we have the Collingwood Rotary Club. Oh, sorry, the Rainbow Club of Georgian Bay. The Rotary, you're right. Rotary Club is dedicated to causes that build international relationships, improve lives, and create a better world to support peace efforts and end polio forever. The Rotary Clubs of Collingwood, Southern Georgian Bay, and Wasaga. Thank you for all you do.
Look at these wheels coming up. The license plate says "Win Me." I don't know cars, but if I did,
Wait,
I'd
do you
be
want to
able
win
tell you
that
what
one?
it is.
Yes.
I'd handle winning that for sure. I would look great in that car. So for whoever's listening, running that contest,
yes.
Let me know. I'm a very eligible person to win that. I would make the best of it. Next up, we are looking at Simcoe County School Board. English-speaking public school board serving Simcoe County. The schools and learning centers are branched through 4,800 square kilometers in Simcoe County, and they're here to represent their teachers, their students, their staff, their admin. Taped to the side of the bus here is all the unions that are represented here. So great to see them out supporting their students, letting them know that they can show up to school as whoever they are, heart first.
They really do a wonderful job. We really thank all of our teachers here in the community.
Amen.
Who go, and right behind the Simcoe County School Board, we have Pretty River Academy, a really wonderful private school. Pretty River Academy is a kindergarten to grade 8 independent school in Collingwood, and it has a rich 25-year history. They are dedicated to providing an exceptional educational experience that meets the unique needs of each student within a supportive environment. We want our students, they want their students to be excited about learning and find their voice and master the skills that they need in an ever-changing world.
Next up is Wasaga Community Theater. In the winter of 1991, members of the Blue Mountain Foundations of the Arts formed a theater group of Wasaga Beach. The elected boards of directors, past and present, with the generous help of the town of Wasaga Beach and many others, brought their first production, Exit the Body, to the stage. Since that time, the group has gone on to produce 2 plays per year in the spring and fall, including children's productions. Most recently, The Wizard of Oz.
Ah, lovely.
Up next is the Midwives of Nottawasaga. Midwives are experts in normal childbirth and providing high-quality, evidence-based care throughout pregnancy, labor, and the first 6 weeks postpartum, serving Collingwood, Wasaga Beach, Nottawa, and other communities. So many of my friends have used their services, and the amazing thing is it can be blended with what some would call more traditional medicine. So you can have your midwife along with you to help you through the process before, during, and after birth. It's incredible.
And right behind them, the midwives are rocking out, but Brad's Place Addiction Treatments of Southern Georgian Bay is a very important treatment center for Southern Georgian Bay, which offers comprehensive support for those struggling with addiction, including detoxification, counseling, rehabilitation. With a very compassionate team, the center provides personalized care to help individuals achieve long-term recovery and a healthier, addiction-free life. Amen.
That's right. And following that, we have the Busby Center. Busby Center is a community of non-for-profit organization working from a non-judgmental approach to advocate for and improve the conditions for individuals and families of South Georgian Bay and the county of Simcoe. A part of that also is the Elizabeth Fry Society of Simcoe, Muskoka.
Okay. Oh, here we have a competitor of mine because I'm with another company, but Royal LePage Locations North is a sponsor and we really appreciate them. Royal LePage Locations North, with market-leading team of realtors, is dedicated to serving the Collingwood and Southern Georgian Bay real estate markets.
You know, sometimes they refer to gay speed when walking. We've got gay speed right now, moving this parade down the road, because I might have forgot to mention Collingwood's Women's Health Clinic was also represented there.
Very important as well.
Next up, we've got the Collingwood Girl Guides. The Collingwood Girl Guides chapter empowers girls through education, outdoor activities, and community service. I wish that they were throwing us Girl Guide cookies right now.
Yeah, me too. I love those chocolate mint ones.
Oh, I know. Those are the ones.
Those are the ones. And you have to freeze them. They taste even better.
Really?
Yes, so good. Hey, Quincy.
Vortex is not playing. Vortex Wellness Studio in Collingwood offers holistic services like massage therapy, acupuncture, yoga, and meditation to promote overall well-being. But here, they're singing their hearts out. Make it sunshiny and rainbows with his voice today.
Okay, Pet Value is a place that I frequent. It's a retail chain carrying food, supplies, and toys, and many, many other products for pets such as dogs, cats, and reptiles. I go there at least once a month.
That's where I look after my tortoise. I don't have cats or dogs, I have a tortoise.
Oh my goodness. I have cats, dogs, fish, and a hamster.
And a son.
Yes, and that too. And some ponies. They brought their ponies.
I mean, if I had a pony, I would have brought it too.
Right? You should have brought your tortoise.
I should have, actually. She would love this. The next up is the Ryu Baker Real Estate Team. Formed in 2006, the Ryu Baker team is an experienced leader in local real estate in the Southern Georgian Bay area.
And right behind the Baker Ryu team, we have Lighthouse Group, offering professional cleaning services Ben and Hillary Mitchell are the owners of the Lighthouse Group. They live in Collingwood with their family and are proud to be a part of this community and to serve Collingwood and surrounding communities.
Remember being a kid in school and you would be asked to read something and then all your words and all your ability to read just goes away?
Yeah.
That's today with us trying to keep up with this amazing
because they're
parade.
running by us and it's very loud.
It's so exciting because the energy is so high. Everything is moving quickly. Everything is loud and proud, bright and sunshiny. We've got Base Borden up next, a network of Canadian forces based out of Borden to share information regarding everything 2S LGBTQ+. Thank you to all of our military, of course, and thank you to our first responders for everything that they do, taking time out of their day to be here.
And we also have MPP Brian Saunderson. In 2018, Saunderson was elected mayor of Collingwood. Thank you, Brian, for everything that you do.
And paired up with MP Terry Dowdle as well on there. Grace United Church has shown up in bright colors. So great to see a church represented out here. Grace United Church strives to offer safe and inclusive spaces, generous spaces for those who are seeking a faith community.
And right behind them, we have the Georgian Triangle Hikers. The Collingwood,
Technical difficulty on that one. Yes, we've got the Georgian Triangle Hikers.
They are not the Girl Guides.
Not the Girl Guides. Next up is Vanessa Smalls. Vanessa drives a convertible and is transporting a kiddo who is riding in the car as well with her, all done up like a cloud and a rainbow.
Beautiful. And Scotiabank, financial institution offering a wide range of banking services on Huron Street in Collingwood. And then, Landmark Bus Lines in Collingwood provides safe and reliable transportation services primarily for school districts, emphasizing safety, punctuality, and customer satisfaction.
Hey, yo. Ooh, a beautiful breeze just picked up here downtown Collingwood, and it feels good because it's hot today. It's hot.
It is hot, hot, hot. Do you mind if I take this one?
By all means.
Because 11 Hair Collective is my go-to for my hair. Thank you, 11 Hair Collective offers a variety of modern hair services with skilled stylists focusing on personalized consultations and customer satisfaction in a contemporary salon environment.
Hey, yo. Now, we are not allowed to complain about being hot anymore because we've got the Barrie Stormtroopers here, a member of the 501st Legion and Pride Squadron. We are Star Wars customers with movie-accurate costumes, and they are not playing around. That is a little easy bake oven, I do believe.
They are going to be hot, hotter than us in our tuxes. And Max 97.7 is a revolution in local community-focused radio for Wasaga Beach, Collingwood, Clearview, and the Southern Georgian Bay region.
Catherine's Chateau, Champagne Cafe Bistro, Home Decor Gifts Boutique.
And we have Sunshine City Pet Care. Sunshine Pet Care in Collingwood offers professional pet sitting, dog walking, and personalized care services to enhance the well-being of pets. Known for reliability, compassion, they provide peace of mind to pet owners in our community.
And followed that, we have the Circus Company from Barrie and Collingwood, established in 2012. The circus where I belong. My people. You know, they say that you can run away and join the circus. You don't even have to go that far. We've got a circus here.
Just come to Collingwood, right?
Next up, looking shiny and bright, we've got Blue Mountain Resort. Located in the Blue Mountains between the shores of Georgian Bay and the slopes of the Niagara Escarpment. Blue Mountain Resort, you can catch me there regularly dancing in my other life when I'm not doing this here with you, my friend. I am out dancing with the Toronto Blue Jays and at Blue Mountain, hey, and at Blue Mountain, you can catch me in the middle of the square dancing my little heart out. You should come join me.
And you do an amazing job. I love watching you. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone who was watching at home. Thank you everyone who came out to support our community here in person. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy this parade and enjoy the festivities, and we'll see you next year.
There's so much more going on. Come and join us downtown Collingwood.
Wow.
On a weed bed out here. Fishing some wire leaders, probably got about a little bit over a 30-incher. Got them right here. Real visual takes on that. That's awesome.
When a guide can take a miserable windy day and turn it into a fish fest, you know you've got the right person for the job. Hats off to you, Mr. Leduc.
The flies that we were using this week was very, very simple. We didn't use many different ones. Okay, here's one of the pike flies we were using, and you can see it has lots of, it's quite large. It's got lots of flash. You know, we were out there, today was really, really windy when we were out there chasing these northern pikes. So we actually went big, and we went really, really flashy because the water was a little bit churned up. So that's gonna work here. But also, you don't have to go so big for these. You can use this, so you can a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to cast with some different, you know, this has always been a very good pattern for the northern pike, the red and the black, but you can use yellows and greens. This was the #1 fly right here, and with different colors in the middle, gold, red, but what you can see, it's a very low profile. It's not a fat. It's not a very fat head on this. These are very, very smaller, a little bit thinner, and cuts through the water. And also, we were using this in the film, so right at the top of the water. So this was just sitting in the top of the water. So this low profile really worked well when we were skimming the surface. And then, speaking of the surface, when we were getting into the dries, we were using something like a steelhead skater, kind of what you might even want to call a gurgler style dry fly. And these were skating on the surface, but we were also popping these, and these were really, really effective for that morning bite, for that morning dry fly bite. And that's what we were using, just these two flies in couple of different colors of the body here, and very low profiles. So the rods we were using this week, I was using a 7-weight, 9-foot rod. an 8-weight, 9-foot rod. I brought 2 different weights because I really wasn't sure of the flow. You can probably get away with a 7-weight, a couple 7-weights. I would bring at least 2 of them, or a 7 or an 8-weight. But these are the strengths that you want to bring. You don't want to bring a 6-weight or a 5-weight. This current up here is just way too strong. So the reels we were using this week were mid-arbors. You don't need a large arbor. You definitely don't want a small arbor, but the mid-size just seems to be the perfect size for these fish and the way that they fight. So coupled with those reels, we were using full sinking lines for the one, and we were also using floating lines for the other. The sinking lines was for the streamers. The floating lines, realistically, was for the dry fly and some of the streamers that we just wanted to get underneath the film. So I would have at least a couple of reels with you with 2 different setups with the sinking line and the floating line. For the pike fishing this week, we were using 9-foot, 9 weights. Coupled with that with a large arbor reel with a great drag system because these pike can run and we need to be able to pick this line up very quickly. We have a floating line on these and we also have a bite tippet attached to that, attached to the fly. And that's how we were working these pike this week.
Smudging is a very important part in our life as we're all learning to walk the good way. When we smudge, we use the sacred medicine, the white sage, the sweetgrass, the tobacco, and the cedar. It cleanses negative energy and replaces it by a positive energy. When I smudge, I cleanse my end and my eagle feather and start cleansing my breath to have better words. I will smudge my eyes so I could see the better things offered to me. I will smudge my ears to hear the good thing that people have to say. I will smudge my hair to have good thinking from my head. I will bring the smudge to my feet so I could walk in respect with our Mother, the Earth. Smudging is the way we give our prayers to connect our spirit to the Creator. We express gratitude for the gift of life, the learning, and growth.
Clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
A new day, and we were back hunting world-class trophy brook trout. The weather was lingering, but the day was shaping up quite nicely.
Well, Neil, we got a different day today. It was supposed to be raining, and actually it's overcast, but not too bad. Less wind, so that's awesome. Where are we going today, and how are we fishing it, and what are we doing?
Today we'll be on the upper Nipigon River, so about as far up the river as you can get. It actually leads into the lake, so we'll probably fish it all the way up until the current ends, and then work our way back. Kind of just work our way up the river, about maybe 30 different spots that we'll hit. Some of them are heavy current, others are just stripping, so we'll just try to find a population and get what we can.
Cool, sounds exciting. I can't wait.
Should be fun.
Let's get at it.
There is definitely lots of room for casting on this river. It is a fly fisher's paradise. An early hookup put us all at ease.
Oh yeah, you can see it's quite shallow in here, eh?
Yeah. That's kind of what we're working with, and then I think, if you just go right off of this corner. I'll just get those passes. I'll just put it just on the edge here.
Fish on.
Out of here.
Yep. Nice.
Looks like a good one.
Okay, we've had quite a few hits on dries. Missed those, and we just put in a nice streamer just in the film. And I was just stripping this, actually not even stripping, I just threw it in. And it was just in for about 10 feet, just starting to turn and make the turn for a nice swing, and this fish hit that. I think it might be a smaller one, but it's a nice one to start the day. Haven't seen it yet. And it saw the net. And it's using the current. Should be coming into, wow, there it is back there, Neil. Wow.
Put it into neutral, and then it'll be a little easier to get them in.
Okay. Boy, these, it doesn't matter what size these are, they pack a good punch. I'll see if I can bring him in a little bit closer to here. He comes right now, buddy.
That's good.
Nicely done. On the board for the day, wow, that was beautiful. You know, it's just swinging that fly in the film, and it's so effective. They're looking up, these fish are looking up and they're feeding. It's a great way to do it.
Long way from Nashville, and mama, I tell you that. Performed from Montreal to Boston to Los Angeles. But Toronto, that's my chosen home. Sure, when I'm walking down Yonge Street, I see some funny people who have the nerve to point the finger at me. And grin and smile and whisper. My song was #2 on local radio. Sold 10,000 in Toronto alone. Turned down Ed Sullivan because they asked me to remove my makeup. Wouldn't do American Bandstand because of their segregation policies. I was just being me, never tried to explain myself to anyone. And besides, none of that to worry, Jackie, because I know I look good. Got a new way of loving, baby. Thought I want to teach it to you.
Jackie Shane was a pioneer transgender soul singer, a central figure in the Toronto R&B scene. She helped shape what we know as the Toronto sound.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
I had mused earlier that there may be a 15-pounder with our name on it somewhere out in this world-class river. So when Joe hooked onto a fish that we couldn't raise...
That's crazy.
My senses began to build as we all watched with excitement.
He's coming right back out, too. Walk the dog right back up here.
That one looks even bigger.
Feels like a largemouth.
How was the hit on that one?
That was no question that I got hit. I just popped it when I went slack back there, and he came up and just cranked it.
Yeah, this one might be pretty big.
This might be a big boy. He's acting like a big boy. Just have an eye. Once he comes up just a little further, he could go squirrely.
Yeah. Well, just sitting in heavy current, fighting that fish. It was dogging down deep, got it up to the boat and just fighting it for 5+ minutes, and it just came unpinned right at the back of the boat. Probably a 26-inch fish, one of the largest fish that Neil said he's ever seen out here. Just heart-wrenching, but it's how the day goes sometimes, right?
Well, what a great week we had here on the Nipigon River. This truly is the place to find world-class trophy brook trout. I'd like to thank Neil Leduc from Affinity Angling for guiding us into some fantastic fish here on the river. I'd also like to congratulate Joel Woltheis from Scientific Anglers for hooking onto the biggest brook trout he'll probably ever hook onto in his life. I'd also like to thank the Beaver Motel for the comfortable stay here in Nipigon. If you'd like to learn more about this show and other shows in our series, please visit us on the web at www.thenewflyfisher.com. And until then, keep fishing.
The New Fly Fisher is brought to you in partnership with Destination Ontario, Orvis Fly Fishing, Scientific Anglers, Trout Unlimited, WeatherTech Canada,
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Here are 3 reasons why your social strategies should include Rogers TV. Reason number 1 is we have hyper-local audiences. The community TV channel gives you a chance to engage with people where you live, so you really get to know your neighbors and they get to know you. Reason number 2 is we can help diversify your distribution. With social media, it's really important to be able to have a wider audience, and Rogers TV can actually help complement your online presence by delivering to a different audience. And it's actually really easy to repurpose your existing content or to just create new material specifically tailored for community TV. And finally, reason number 3 is we can help enhance your credibility and your trust. And by aligning your brand with Rogers TV, you can tap into that trust that viewers have. This can boost your reputation, especially among viewers who favor local businesses and value community involvement. 1, 2, 3. It's that easy to build your local audience with Rogers TV.
This is Rogers TV.
Hey, it's Chef D. Welcome to At the Cottage with me, Chef D, in the winter. It's cold out, there's no sun. Hey, but on a serious note, we're here at the Collingwood Legion because there's a Legion in every cottage town that you can go to. This one was one of the first ones ever started in 1926. The reason the Legion came about was that the veterans needed a place that they could go and talk and share, because they didn't have psychiatrists back then. So this is a place that they could go and gather. And now you can go and support it by going to a fish fry. They have special nights. Check out the Legions. We're going to do a whole lot of great cooking at the Collingwood Legion. Won't you join me? Hey, Chef D here for At the Cottage Winter Edition. Yes, it is winter, and yes, I'm still wearing shorts, but we'll get to that in a second. A viewer wrote in and said, hey, what about a winter series of At the Cottage instead of just being in the summer? And I took it to Aaron, and Aaron went, sure, let's do it. So here we are. We're at the Legion in Collingwood, and we're going to get back to that in just a second. But it's comfort food season, and it's warm. You want food that's warm, and you want food that fills you. So I thought, let's go back to my good friend Julia Child, and I might have watched Julie and Julia on the plane coming back from Barbados in January, so I went, hey, let's do something really cool. Julia Child, again, a maverick in our industry, was one of the first ever TV chefs. She wrote amazing cookbooks, The Art of French Cooking, which is still used true and tried today, and all her recipes work. And that's an important part, because there's a lot of times that, you know, when you're writing recipes, they don't always make sense to you. These make sense, and there's very great structure to them. So we're going to get started. We're going to make beef bourguignon today. We're going to make a 20 clove garlic mashed potatoes. Yes, I said 20 cloves. And then we're also going to do a really cool lemon curd or lemon meringue pie with an Italian meringue, so that it doesn't weep and it doesn't fall on you. This is a really cool thing, and you can do all this at your cottage. So let's get started. So we're going to make our beef bourguignon, and what we have here is some great Nutrifarms stewing beef, and you want to dry your beef out. So you don't want to take it right from the package. So we're just going to take our paper towels here and just dry out the beef, because then the beef is going to brown really nicely for you. And you can let it sit out for about 5 minutes on some paper towel. And I'm just going to take it over. Just like so. And then I have my pan here. I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of butter. Now, this is really cool, because I want to show you this. This is really neat. Something that I found recently is it's an 84% milk fat butter. Most butter that you buy at the grocery store is about 78%. This is like the European butter, and it's just so good and so rich and so tasty. So we're going to warm this up. About medium high on your stove, and look at this beautiful professional stoves. I love stuff like this. This is truly where it's at. And then we're just going to warm that up, let the butter melt, and when we're doing that, we're just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on our beef. And just while I'm waiting for the butter to warm up, we're also going to saute off some mushrooms. So I'm going to put my pan on the stove, about medium. We're going to add a little bit, about a tablespoon of butter. And I love all these new studies that are proving that butter's really good for you. It's a natural fat, and it works. So almost here. You just want to wait till all your butter's melted. And when your butter starts melting, you know that it's warm enough or hot enough that you're actually going to sear and fry your beef. That's what we're looking for. So we're going to take, and this is about 3 pounds of stewing beef. And you just hear that sear. And then what we're going to do is we're going to brown off our beef. Like so. And in real time, this is going to take between 5 and 7 minutes. We'll come back to that in just a second. I'm just warming up my butter here, and then we're going to take and put our mushrooms in here and start actually cooking off our mushrooms I want our mushrooms, as we all know, they're about 95% water. So I want to take the water out and moisture out of the mushroom, dry them out a little bit, and then we're going to add them into the beef. So again, cremini mushrooms, just baby portobellos. Give it some room. Don't overcrowd the pan. That's about all we're going to get in that pan. You don't want much more than that because there's too much moisture and they're not going to fry and saute up the way that you want them to. You can just start seeing how nice and brown our beef is getting. And no moisture in the pan, you can just see that. Just give a quick stir to our mushrooms. And as they cook out, we can add just a little bit more mushrooms to that. That would be fine. And then we're going to add in some onions. Again, just a nice chop, nothing fancy to this at all. So we're going to add about 1.5 cups of onions. Let that go, and we're going to stir now our mushrooms. See, we have lots of room in the pan. We're using a ceramic coated pan, so it's not going to stick on you. Very healthy for you. Nothing bad in this. This is what's so great about it. And it also has diamonds in it, so the heat conductivity comes right through it, and you can actually cook on lower temperatures. So if you wanted to, and you wanted to add olive oil, because sometimes you're not going to use olive oil because you get too hot of a pan to fry with olive oil, you can actually use these green pans, and they're absolutely fantastic for that. All right, last of the mushrooms. So in real time now, it's been between 5 and 7 minutes, and what we've done is we've sauteed off our onions, so again, taking some of the moisture out. Again, remembering not to crowd your pan so the mushrooms actually get a chance to saute. And then now the Nutrifarm stewing beef, again, we're getting all these natural juices and they're just slowly reducing down. Our onions have become translucent. Now I'm gonna put in some fresh thyme, probably about about 8 bunches of fresh thyme. We have some diced carrots, so we're going to add in 1.5 cups of diced carrots. Stir that all together. And just with the thyme, it smells so amazing. And now we're going to take a little bit more beef stock, about 2 cups. And then you can use Chianti, you could use a Beaujolais, a Côte d'Aron, but you want to add about 3 cups of red wine. Remember, always use the least expensive wine for cooking. You want to have the better for drinking. So we're going to turn this down, and we have our oven set at 350 degrees. We're going to pop it in the oven and braise it now because we have the moisture just covering the beef. We're going to add in our mushrooms. And an hour and a half later, we're going to have some amazing beef bourguignon.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
perfectly healthy child. What's unhealthy are birth alerts, a racist practice that may stop this Indigenous mother from going home with her newborn. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
So, the favorite part of the meal, well, my favorite part of the meal is dessert. I have a sweet tooth that starts here, ends here, and the rest is history. Anyhow, so we're gonna make a lemon meringue tart, or it could be a pie if you want to. We're gonna use a graham cracker crust, because I truly love graham cracker crust. So I have a half a cup of butter. I'm gonna put this on the stove. We're just gonna melt that down, and then we're gonna add our graham crackers to make our crust in just a second. But in the meantime, we're making lemon curd, lemon filling, wherever you want to take this. So we have half a cup of water, juice of fresh lemon juice. It's 1 cup of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1.5 cups of sugar, and the zest of 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. So we're going to put that in. We're going to give it a quick whisk just to incorporate it all together. And you just want it to be that milky color. And then we're going to put it on the stove on medium heat. We're going to bring it all together. It's going to start thickening up, and when it thickens up, we're going to add 8 egg yolks. We've taken our egg yolks, and we're going to add about 9 pieces of butter, or about half a cup of butter to it. And what the butter does is actually makes it that it's not going to, you know how sometimes you get that film on the top of any puddings? You're not going to get that with this. So we're going to put this on the stove. Again, you don't want the heat too high, so we're going to go just past medium on it. Make a quick stir. And you can just start seeing our butters melting for our graham crackers. The great thing, we get to cook for a lot of bands and that, and Blue Rodeo being one in particular. And I know Jim and the boys, they love when we make the lemon meringue pie. So, you know, we'll continue to make it. Also, name dropping isn't a bad thing. We're going to grab some graham crackers. Add our graham crackers in. It's about 1 cup of graham crackers. It's a visual thing. It truly is. Just incorporate it all in. Turn the heat off. And if you want, you can add more graham crackers in if you want a lighter crust, but if you want a more crunchy crust, just keep it the way it is. We're going to take it over, put it into our ramekins. Just grab a spoon. And this is where the kids, grandkids can come in and help. Again, just push this down. Nothing fancy to it. And if you don't have ramekins and you want to use mason jars, use mason jars. You're at the cottage. Sometimes you don't have everything. need to taste a little bit of it. Buttery goodness. It doesn't get much better than that. Now in real time, this is going to take for the cornstarch to start thickening, probably about 5 to 6 minutes. The mixture is thickening up nicely now. Again, like 5 to 6 minutes. We're just going to stir in our butter. We're going to reduce the heat to off. Just look at that. And we're just going to slowly add in our egg. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful color. We're going to take it over. We're going to gently pour it into our ramekins. A little taste test, just make sure everything's cool all along the way. Okay, there needs to be a second taste test. Do you want to try some? Okay, we're going to place these in the refrigerator for about an hour, and then we're going to work on our meringue. Egg whites. You want them to be room temperature. It's not like whipped cream where you want it to be really cold. Have them at room temperature. They're going to whip up for you a lot nicer. So we're using a brand new mixer today, so let's hope it works. Oh, there we go. Success! So we're going to whip up our egg whites to just before a stiff peak. But in the meantime, I have a half a cup of water, and I'm going to add in a cup and a quarter of sugar. We're going to melt our sugar and water together, and then we're going to slowly drizzle it into our meringue. And this is going to thicken our meringue and make it so that it's not going to, you know how sometimes with meringue, you'll get a little bit of the moisture out of it? You're not going to get any of this with this. I'm just going to turn this up a little bit more. You can just see that our sugar and water have come to a gentle boil, and our sugar is melted. Now this is where you want to be really, really careful with this. We're going to slowly start adding this into our egg whites. You don't want the beater to be on too high because you don't want it to be splattering and getting burnt. I'm going to just turn up just a wee bit. We're going to let it whip for about another minute, and then it'll be ready to place onto our pies or our tarts. So our meringue's done, and you can just see that it's really nice and thick now. And so we're going to take our meringue, place it onto our tarts. And you'll notice we did 4 on camera. I finished up 1 because the crew's saying, well, there's not enough for everybody. So we now have enough for the whole crew. If you wanted to, you could put this into a piping bag and pipe it onto the tarts. Just nice, lots and lots of meringue. Oh yeah. So. Now we're going to put it in the oven for about 10 minutes at 350 degrees. Now we have a big convection oven here. It's going to get really loud. So we're going to get this going, and we'll check it back in 15 minutes.
public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
My name is Matthew Rutledge. I'm a 60 Scoop survivor, born in Red Lake. Was adopted from there to Toronto at the age of 4. A lot of our brothers and sisters, family members got separated from each other. That was the government's goal, to break that connection from brothers and sisters. Basically taking the Indian out of the child. Right now, they're still trying to find themselves. Originally, my birth name is Harvey Halverson. In my high school days, teens, I was trying to fit into society. I knew I was First Nations, but I didn't know who I was inside. I think later in life, I started that journey. I am proud, Nishnawbe man, who I am now. I love life, who I am.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Clove garlic mashed potatoes. Let's think about that for a second. Okay, so we're going to get started with our potatoes. Again, when you're boiling potatoes, you don't want it to be all over. You just want the water to come up and just cover the potatoes. So we're going to place these on a little bit of salt. 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to place this on, bring it up to a boil, and let our potatoes cook. In the meantime, with the garlic, we're going to boil the garlic, then we're going to slowly roast it in some butter. And so all that big punchy flavor of the garlic will be gone, and you're going to be left with that earthy, beautiful flavor of garlic. So 20 cloves of Ontario garlic, we're going to put it into boiling water, and we're going to leave it in the boiling water for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to drain it, and then we'll put it in the butter, and I'll show you how to do that. While we're waiting for our garlic to boil, we're going to grab our lemon meringue pies out of the oven now. Turn the oven off. Oh yeah, look at these. Those are award-winning. Okay, maybe not award-winning, but they look really good. So now we're going to let them cool for about 20 minutes, and then serve them, and it's amazing. Our garlic has been boiling in the water for 2 minutes, and to see it's just softened. Now you can use this, you can strain the water off and put it in for using for stock down the road, or we can just drain it off. So we're just going to drain it off for the time being. And then I'm going to add in about 1/2 cup, a little bit more of butter. And as I told you before, this is at 84% milk fat butter. It's just fantastic. It's so good. I'm so excited that it's being sold here now. We're just going to stir this together. Now we're going to place this back on the stove, and you want it on low. You don't want it on high, and you don't want the garlic to go brown. You still want it to be that beautiful white color. So on it goes. And we're going to leave it on as long as it takes to boil the potatoes, which is probably about 12 to 13 minutes. Still beautiful and nice and white colored. Now we're going to put it into a container. We're just going to give it a quick puree. While it's still nice and hot, we're going to add in about 1/4 cup of cream. If you want to use 35%, you can. 10%. If you want to use, if you have a milk allergy, use a little bit of cashew milk. Perfect. So our potatoes are done. We're just going to place them into our mixer. Add in our garlic and butter and milk. Helps when you plug in your blender, chef. Not like we haven't done that before. We're gonna whip the potatoes for about a minute and a half. While we're waiting, we're going to bring out our beef bourguignon. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Carl, for the great idea of doing at the cottage in the winter. So we have some amazing mashed potatoes, our 20 clove garlic mashed potatoes, our beautiful beef bourguignon from our good friend Julia Child, who got us all started in this TV cooking. Oh yeah, look at that. A little bit of potato, a little bit of beef. And to finish this whole great meal is our lemon meringue. I don't know how, get this, try this here. Wow, even my sweet tooth loves that. Hey, I'm Chef D. You never know, I might be showing up at your cottage.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Do you have something to share? Let everyone know about your next meeting, your need for volunteers, or your fundraising event on the Rogers TV Community Billboard. Send us your words and we'll bring them to life on Rogers TV and rogerstv.com. When it's time to spread the word, go to rogerstv.com to add your announcement to the Community Billboard.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Hello and welcome to Between Sets with Church. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you've been out and about across our local music scene in the last year or two, you certainly would have seen today's guests. They are Bigfoot's Hand.
What's going on?
Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you so much, Church.
Well, thank you for inviting. This is a wicked setup you guys got here.
I'm glad we could make it work.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. Let's get into a bit of the history of the band. If you don't mind, Matt, just telling a little bit about the members and how much you guys have really stuck together as a unit over the last while.
Well, it's actually fitting, we're doing it in this house because this is where the band started, down in the basement just below us here. Mikey and Megan and I and a few other friends initially kind of started the initial idea, kind of starting something on our own, something more original. We'd all been in other bands and played all kinds of stuff, and we kind of got the ball rolling here with starting to write our own tunes and playing downtown at the Fox, doing our thing and kind of forging our sound. And over the years, we've been through some lineup changes, and we've worked with some great players, and we have probably the best lineup we've ever had now with Jeff Dumais and Phil Millay, and so it's been a bit of a growing process, but we've had a good time coming up in Barrie and finding ourselves playing live and just trying to be as true to ourselves as we can based on all the other projects we've done. So
yeah, cool. How is this setup that you have now different from what you've had in the past with the current members? Is it changed a lot? Have you found that this is kind of what you're going to be settled with, and the sound is?
I feel like it's a lot easier.
It's natural, yeah.
Everything just feels a little more easy, and we all do. We have our writing process, and it can vary, but we just feel a lot. Everything feels easier, I guess, to make it quick,
Yeah, and again, if you've been in a group, you know what it's like. It's about finding the chemistry of a group of people that can all push and pull with each other. And we've the past members we play with Sarah, our other old drummer, Nate, our other bass player who was around, and
they're great.
They helped forge the band to what it is now. So every little thing that's happened has brought us to where we are now. But what makes this lineup special is, again, we've been able to push the writing forward into new areas that we couldn't have done in the past. And it's just been exciting to kind of rejuvenate it that way. And I think that's what the lineup and the switching of that does, because eventually sometimes people's interests change and people change and grow, and that's okay. So we are proud of everything we've done up to this point and everything we've been through, because it's made us into the band we are today.
Yeah. Do you find with the current lineup writing, does it work pretty smoothly, or do you work on a system where it's kind of everyone has some input?
Depends on the song.
Okay.
Yeah, some songs like he'll do most of, and we don't really have much to work on other than a couple, fine-tuning parts
for sure.
But some songs will just jam and they'll come out of nowhere, kind of thing, and just get inspirato, and
the writing process changes definitely from as we evolved as a band and as the lineup adjusted itself. At one point in time, it was probably started off with my brother was in the band at the start. He lived with me. He was my first drummer. Him and I wrote some of the early ideas I had for the group, and then he kind of figured out he wasn't fully committed to that thing, and so it's just been an evolution of the band, and for myself, having these some of my best friends be a part of a project that I'm really inspired by, and having them be excited by it and giving their time and doing all that, it's something I'm very grateful for, and something that's made this band continue despite all the ups and downs we faced in both the world and as friends and bandmates and stuff. So.
Actually, and we talked a little about that the other day too, about how bands coming out of the COVID, we'll call it the COVID era, whatever you want to call it, but you guys have really, it seems like it almost stimulated you in some ways to start working hard at it.
It certainly gave us a lot of free time to work on stuff.
Yeah.
We definitely took a little hiatus because, again, it was like, what do? You can't go play live. We want to play live. We love to do that, and we love to record and write, and that's everything. But all that goes together, right? Like having some shows to play and having some things to shoot for is kind of what keeps us moving. It's like the fire, the song we're going to play later for
Yes.
But having that inspiration and stuff is the hardest thing to get going, and once you find that, you just kind of stick with it best you can.
Yeah. Speaking of the fire, why don't we have a listen to that if you guys don't mind?
Yeah, let's do it. We've got guitars.
Awesome. All right, let's do it.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Woohoo. I can see colored skies breaking out through the city lights, looking for a remedy, anything. Somebody please come and help me. If I could only tell myself, what in the world went wrong? Giving and taking, my mind's ever waking. So much I still wanna know. It's
just can't hide. Meanwhile, they've lit your world on fire, and we're all going down for the ride. I've always been one to take chances, walking a fiery line. Some days it's all coming down on me, yeah. Some days I get it right. Oh, the human part of me won't let you know. Oh, nobody sees the fire you keep buried down below. I feel your waves will be pulling us under again. I feel your fire, and the heat is so hot it's insane. I feel your waves will be burning it all night through. I know I'll be burning it all night through. Burning the whole night through. Oh, the human part of me will never grow. Oh, nobody sees the fire you keep buried down below. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woohoo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fire down below. Fire down below. Fire down below. Fire down below.
You guys have had some pretty cool opening gigs over the last short little while. Do you guys want to talk about it? Because memorable ones, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about those?
Well, Jeff, you want to say something about that? Or?
Not perhaps.
I got this.
Well, opening for Big Wreck was like
Yes, yeah,
amazing.
classic.
Like
Yeah.
that was, and like packed. Well, I don't know what the venue was called at the time. Even was it the Ranch, the Rocks, whatever it was. It was playing to 2,000 people in a packed little place like that. Felt good, and like to be supporting a band like Big Wreck.
And it was a big moment for us to play in front of a crowd like that.
For sure,
and have people excited about your original songs and do that. So we've opened for the Trues. This past summer we got to open for Tom Cochrane at Kempton.
Yes, another
which
great
we've been
one.
applying for that for years, and they finally let us in. We finally cut our hair short enough with it. But no, we were very grateful for that, and it was a highlight of our summer getting to do that and open for a band. I looked up to Tom Cochrane and the Red Rider my whole life, as a young man, and so that was fun to play those outdoor shows, and we're excited to kind of hit it back this summer. We're getting ready for that now. That's what we're looking forward to.
How would you describe your genre? My listening, I hear so many different tones. There's a bit of country, there's rock and roll. Do you guys find a little bit of everything comes together to create that, or is it?
It's a
definitely. I'm just wondering because you have a bit of a country background.
I'm more of the
okay,
side of
you
it.
did, yeah.
These three guys are like heavy metal, Tool, occasional,
we have a bit more,
Mike's hip hop, gangster rap, and on all the good
you
stuff.
You can sense a lot of that, yeah.
And then I'm like, if anything, I'm more like bluesy rock, soul, Motown, right? So it's like that's the melting pot right there. Everyone's the way they think about music and rhythm and everything is this lineup. That's what makes it so interesting and fun. Because I'll throw something at one of these guys and they'll play a timing or a part that's just so different.
That you wouldn't have thought of.
But yeah,
or whatever.
Our influences are definitely spread around. But I mean, if you had to put us in like 3 or 4, I mean, it's rock.
Yeah.
It's like a little alternative because we're not trying to play like Chuck Berry. Elvis stuff, but we love that stuff too. And then we love heavy stuff. I love soul and blues, and I like backbeats. So we kind of try and incorporate as much of that into our music without getting too close to anything as we can. And if it feels good, we do it. Like I've convinced these guys to play Southern rock blues songs, and they're like heavy guys, but because they
put their own
they have a love for it too in some way, shape, or form, and that's what makes it all work. So it's very special, I think.
Yeah, I cut my teeth on blues to grow up. So I bring a lot of that into it, but now it's Slam of God, like you say, and like Acacia Strain, all that kind of heavy stuff. That's where my influences come from a lot.
But it lends itself.
But it does,
Oh yeah.
You kind of tailor it to the song that we're using, but we're doing.
Yeah. Adding keys, I must say, is a pretty cool little element because you don't really see a lot of it. Well, do you want to talk a little bit of your input onto it too? It's very, from what I've heard, it's very selective as to it, because not everyone can just, like I said, people can wail away playing keyboards like they're Jerry Lee Lewis or something, but it's in a rock-oriented bass. I find with keyboards especially, the timing on it can be impeccable.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And with the keyboard, like sometimes when we're writing tunes, like there's already so much going on that I kind of just have to like sit back and be like, okay, which tone do I want to play for this tune? Am I going to do like farfisa, organ? What settings do I want? Do I want flange on this and whatnot? And
how loud are the other guys, and what do I have to do to be heard?
Like where can I kind of fit in between the space to help color the songs and make them pop and everything? And I don't know, I a lot of bands I listen to, like some of the metal bands I'm into, and I'm like, all the best metal bands or all the best bands, like all them witches, they got a keyboard player, and I just think it takes a whole new element. It just that's my opinion.
Sure.
I love keywords. What can I say?
We get a lot of comments on it at our shows, and it really, I've heard bands with and without it, and it fills out your band. Like it really congeals the guitars. It helps blend the vocals, and you can do all these sub melodies with that. It's really great. It's a lot better than playing the backing tracks and stuff too. Because Megan can sometimes do things on the keyboard and fill space and do. It's like a real. It feels like real rock. It's a real rock show. It's like. Yeah, it's I would say it's one of the things that's definitely recognizable about us, because there's a lot of bands slinging guitars and singing loud,
and it suits certain
having
bands,
that blend with the guitars and the keys and the vocals and harmonies, and that is very it's definitely set us apart in a lot of ways from a lot of other rock bands, and made us feel a little bit more powerful live, because we got this big wall of sound with the keys.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah, definitely.
Something we've leaned into a bit, because
why not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Just like the moon shines brighter in your eyes. And if there's ever a day when the dawn goes missing, keep on living it up, 'cause there ain't much time for reminiscing. You know some things will never change, we all need remains the same. You know you can't slow down the sun. Within reach, and if you don't want that sunshine, mama,
We talked a little bit earlier about gigs that you've had, opening up for some pretty cool bands. Let's talk about some of the venues, because we had chatted once again earlier about Gussapalooza, which I know you hold very close to your heart, being a wonderful venue outlet. And do you want to talk about maybe a little bit of what people are missing who haven't been to Gussapalooza?
You're missing a whole lot of awesome music, so you're missing
hundreds of bands, you know, like.
Yeah, it's.
But I know personally to you too. You really
very
enjoyed.
much so. Russ Robson and his wife Val and all the people that are involved have had us there since almost the first year, and it started as a backyard event in his property, and it's blossomed into this great platform where we can start to showcase the independent local talent around here, and give them a big stage to play on, and like a festival in the summer to get a part of, and it really is shining a light on all that. And giving people like us, indie artists and stuff, a platform to get on if you're not into this niche of, you know, all the other agencies and whatever else is going on in the business. So if you're at that stage, it's a great thing. And so he has done everything to support it, from artisans to musicians to, you know, all the work they do. It's one of those things we look forward to every year. So we can't say enough good things about it. If you love music, if you love getting out and supporting your community, if you love just, you know, getting out of the house and camping out on the weekend, you should go check out Gussapalooza. It's in September, and it's just in Cookstown here, and it is a fabulous weekend of music and art and friends and people.
Yeah.
One of the best weekends of the year.
Yeah, lots going on.
I always look forward to it, you know.
Yeah, awesome. What do you guys got coming up as far as, is there any recording going on? Just strictly writing for now?
Not strictly, but
okay, recording as well?
You know, and prepping for next year, and
I feel like in the winter, I feel like we kind of hibernate a little
it's
more.
hard,
We want to do some writing, you know, like I do play some shows as well, but I find in the winter, like, we get pretty creative, you know, like, let's write some new tunes, you know, let's go back to studio, get some stuff, you know, happening for the new year and whatnot, and I don't know, I like writing.
So we're getting the material ready just to kind of push out in the spring and summer, and that'll, you know, carry us through to the next winter. We can kind of, like you said, hibernate again and come together and start writing and preparing for the, you know, following year again.
Yeah. Is the plan to release a couple tracks at a time, or what
Well,
do you
we've
think?
been on the thing lately. I mean, you can say what you want to say, but we, again, we're indie artists. We do everything on our own merit and our own gigging and invest in our own. So we try and use that to our advantage, we use as much as we can to our advantage with the small budget we have to be effective as we can. So we've been doing the singles thing because that's just where the music is right now. I think if you're like us and you don't have a big budget to blow on an album, you kind of put out good representations of yourself to get people excited and put out the best you can, and then with the hopes of waterfalling, you know, 1, 2, and then have maybe a few to release that no one's heard, and that way you get people excited, get their interest, and then you give them a great, and then they'll start supporting you and they'll buy your merch. So that's kind of the plan we're always going for, is get everything ready, get our ducks in a row, and have a few songs to get people excited about our stuff. And we'd like to be able to move forward to drop in like an EP or an album every fall or at the end of every year to culminate the year and the stages of writing we go through every year. I think our style has always remained the same, but it kind of evolves every year with what we go through as people and humans, and it's getting exciting to go in it. So we usually write and record until we are really excited about something.
Cool.
And then we're all like, we'll record it 100 times and then we're like, all right, call them, we're going in.
Yeah. There may be 1 or 2 in the can right now, you know.
Yeah. And we have some music. We work with Graham Shaw in Keswick. He's at Knick Knack Studios, and we've done our last 2 songs there. And he's got
great experience.
He's got one ready to go in the barrel, so we just got to go finish it up in the new year, and we'll have some good new music hopefully.
Nice.
He's so much fun to work with. Like, I don't know, the whole vibe of his studio is so much fun. Like, he's got all these amps there, and
it's all old
different
school
keyboards.
analog.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all in, like, this farmland, you know. It just feels nice and cozy. And
yeah, I guess it gets out of that stuffy studio vibe that some of them give. That's almost, you almost feel like you're getting something overproduced or going to lose its
and you usually
real
pay a lot
vibe.
for it too. So
that's like, true, isn't it?
Because Graham, he's so good at what he does. But again, it's about a vibe. It's about finding a place that you can go and be vulnerable, and the guy who's going to bring the best out of you. So we're excited to do that. Yeah, it's a little heavier this next one, so we're kind of pumped to step it up from our last tune, Cancel Down the Sun, which is a bit more southern rock bluesy kind of vibe. So
yeah, the videos that you guys have done too, are you going to follow up with the new stuff with videos as well, do you think? I like the ones that you guys did. Those are kind of cool.
I have mixed feelings on that because I mean, videos are very expensive and they take a lot of effort and time. And I mean, you can do a lot of stuff on your phone now, and you could do.
It's true.
But
I like shooting videos.
yeah, like we're old
It
school.
must be
MTV
fun though to
kids.
some degree. Yeah.
You get hanging out with your buddies. And
It does engage people, but I don't necessarily think every song needs to have one or as a big complicated one anyway. So I think even just having a great live rendition or a exciting live performance video is fucking great, even if it's not from the studio recording.
We've done well with lyric videos as well. Like
So-
I find they track pretty good. I like watching them personally. Just a good lyric video on even you know, the big bands are putting them out. I enjoy them, so that's another avenue we're kind of looking at doing for some songs as well.
And it helps give people, engage them in our vibe and maybe even read the words and kind of get what we're going for. And so I can't say for sure we're definitely going to do more music videos in the future,
sure.
but
Sure.
you know, it's about creating engagement. I think we're more looking forward to maybe doing some live performance videos and kind of showcasing our like live energy and what we do that way, because we haven't really encapsulated that really well yet on a sound stage. So we're hoping to do some more of that in the future.
Train headed through the cliffs and dark waters below. If they would only stop, maybe they'd hear it. The people crying out, can't you hear the sound of the ground? Oh, I can feel it. People crying out. Who's to tell us who's wrong or right? Offer the lies to help us sleep at night. It don't matter if you care. Coincidence is killing me now. Got me in the crosshairs. What really matters is can you hear? We're all at the mercy of a loving fear. We don't have to face it alone. It's a sound that they know. Can you hear the sound of the ground? Oh, I can feel it. People crying out. Can you hear the sound of the ground? Oh, I can hear it. People crying out. Can you hear the sound of the ground? The sounds go around and more in every way. We all need tomorrow more than we need today. What we gonna do is not going away. They all want us to fight it now, but we're too strong. They all want us fighting to get what they want. They're still trying to tell us whose side we're on.
The people who haven't seen you, what can they expect when they go to see you?
Oh, we just all pour our heart out into it, you know.
The sexiest drummer you've ever seen.
What
do I do with my hands?
Saying no one else has.
You know, what makes us.
Passion.
What I think that sets us apart is we always have this thing in the rehearsal space is just to work really hard and put out the best songs we can do. and make sure our live show's got energy, and it's not just us getting up there clicking through the songs, you know, stop start. It's got a show involved, and playing all these years, that's what I've loved to see when a band goes live and they take you in and they almost don't even stop between songs, and they're able to kind of just really bring you in and take you out of your moment for that time, and that's what we try and do. So.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and all the best in the future, and looking forward to hearing some new material.
Right on, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Brother.
Cheers.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
This is a man's heart, a heart in desperate need of medical attention. But because 78% of Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, he may not get the help he needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
You're watching Rogers TV.